Place on the Oregon coast where a major fleet of open dory boats take to sea during the fishing season right from the beach. Today is one of those very rare, nice sunny days on the Oregon coast, so we're going to go to Cape Kiwanda and look around a little bit. We see some mussels that have been ripped from their mooring spot by recent storms and cast up on the beach. Some of them even have a few barnacles on them. Then we go over and look at the sandstone bluffs that the sand dunes are setting on. We see there's some undercut places on it, and you'll notice some little holes in the sandstone, and that's the air holes for the three types of rock-boring clam that make their homes here. It's the peapod boar, the piddock, and the Pillsbury. And their larvae get in the rock, and then they just keep twisting till they make a home for themselves as they grow. And once they're in the rock, they're in there for good. But we're not going to spend a lot of time on the beach. We're going to go up on top of the sandstone and look around where history's happened, and there's many things to see from up there. The view is fantastic. From up on the cape, we'll see a fence up there, and this fence is one I helped build up on top of the cape when I was a park ranger. We were losing too many people. It seemed like we were losing maybe about 7 a year, and that was totally unacceptable. So we're going to go up there and take a look. Although it's been many years since I was a park ranger, and these sand dunes of he keep moving, and the fence, the original fence, is either worn out or completely buried by the moving sand dunes. As we go higher on the cape, we can see the ocean out beyond us, and now we're at the first level of the top. From up on top, we'll be able to look out over the sea, and that supposedly that submarine is that was sunk during World War II, a Japanese submarine, is out on the bottom of the ocean out here. They're still looking for it, but really haven't found it. So we'll find out maybe someday if it's real or not. When we get up on top, we look down in what is called the bowl, and that's where most people lost their lives. It looks innocent enough, but you walk down on there, and there's a low grade of algae on there, and you're standing there, and suddenly a wave bigger than others comes in and washes you right into the ocean there, and then you go back under the undercut, and there's hardly any chance of escaping. I've known of one person that did, but usually that's a death sentence. As we go on up the dunes, we see the part of the foundation or the deck part of an old Coast Guard tower that was one time up on top of these dunes, and throughout the years it slid clear down. And this tower is where Jim Gibbs was stationed during the Coast Guard during the war, and he got in some trouble getting a dog hurt or something, and they sent him to Tillamook Rock from here as a punishment. But he made the best of it and started writing his books there. And his first book was written there, and it's called Tillamook Rock, and you can still get it through Amazon and numerous other books that he has. The sea keeps pounding at the cape, eroding it away a little bit at a time, just day and night. It hammers at the cape, and it's undermined a lot of this sandstone, And then there's sand piled high on the sandstone, and apparently the ocean has washed a hole on the sandstone that it's setting on, and a sinkhole happened, an extremely dangerous one. If you got too close to the edge, it might crumble, and you'd go in there, and I doubt that there'd be any way of getting you out of there. Probably you would go right on down into the ocean and be swept under the bank there. And this sinkhole seems to be getting a little bigger as the days go on and the sea keeps pounding at it. There's a cove that's eroded away right in the cape as you go on farther, and it goes in quite a little ways. I've tried fishing in there years ago, but had no luck, and the moving sands are burying the fence somewhat up by the sinkhole. We've looked around the cape and seen out to sea, and it's been great. Then we look over and see a very expensive motel on the bank, and it looks as though it's eroding, the bank is eroding away under it. So they are going to have to put a bunch of riprap there or something to save it, I would imagine.